Hi, everybody. Welcome to English Digest. I'm Tom.
Hi, I'm Stephanie.
It's our art unit for the month of March.
Cool.
And today we're talking about music, okay? Music, art, painting, drawing, all those things are part of art. And so we're talking about a particular genre of music. We're talking about lo-fi music. That's weird. What the heck is that? I've heard of hi-fi music, which is kind of an old term that you don't really hear anymore.
It's true.
Because all music is pretty much hi-fi these days because you've got the stereo, left-right channel, and great frequency response and stuff like that. But lo-fi, what the heck is that? Well, we're calling this a looping, laid-back audio-visual experience.
Yeah, I gotta be honest here, Tom. This doesn't really sound like my kind of thing, but because YouTube has taken on such an important place in our society, our culture, our worldwide culture, actually, because, anyone, anywhere in the world, if you have the internet, you can get on and watch people, YouTubers, as we call them. You can watch them do whatever they do. And it sounds like this has taken on it's kind of a trend, a wave, a craze, I would say. Let's find out more about this. I bet a lot of our listeners already know what lo-fi music is. I didn't, but I do now. Let's get started.
It's been a long day at school, and you know it's not over yet. As you get home and sit down to work on an essay, you feel your energy ebb and your attention drift. Don't reach for a highly caffeinated beverage or a sugary snack. Just open YouTube and choose from one of the many lo-fi hip-hop music mixes available to you. The steady beat of lo-fi music helps listeners focus, and its soft melodies and mellow vibe keep them from getting distracted by catchy tunes or complicated lyrics. These laid-back qualities are an important part of the genre's appeal to its fans and creators. Although the current wave of lo-fi music is centered on streaming platforms like YouTube and SoundCloud, it didn't come out of nowhere. Lo-fi began in the 1950s as a reaction to the crisp, full, high-fidelity sound of professionally recorded music. With lo-fi music, background noise from musicians shifting their bodies and moving their instruments seeps in. There is the constant hiss of room tone, and sometimes the pitch is shaky and distorted. These characteristics come from using cheap, low-quality recording equipment. But what some consider flaws, others consider charming imperfections. The videos for many lo-fi songs or streams are as gentle as the music. They typically show people studying or relaxing in a cozy setting. While many of these videos use still images, many others have subtly looping animations in them, such as growing lanterns, falling rain, or flipping pages. The rhythmic music and repetitive visuals provide comfortable white noise. The next time you need to relax or study, give lo-fi music a shot. There are so many choices that you're sure to find something you like.
Okay, guys, lo-fi music, what is it? Well, it's a looping, laid-back audio-visual experience. Looping means something just keeps repeating. You'll often hear people say, oh, it's on a loop, which just means you don't have to touch it. It's just going to keep repeating. I have some software on my computer that will keep playing either an audio file or some sort of, I was going to say 影片, some sort of video, and it just keeps repeating. And then I don't have to think about replaying it. If I'm trying to learn something or I find something interesting, I'll just have it loop on a loop. Audio-visual means you've got the sound and something that you're looking at. Audio-visual reminds me of like elementary school, junior high, high school. Back in the old days when we would have our audio-visual department and they would have movies that we would watch in class. Usually it was science stuff, typically. But that was, we loved our audio-visual guy. So what is lo-fi music? Well, we've got a description here. We're kind of setting the scene in the first paragraph.
Okay, so imagine that you're a student and it's been a long day at school, and you know it's not over yet. So you got to school early in the morning and you've been sitting in the classroom listening to the teacher, reading your book, taking notes and stuff like that. So that can be quite exhausting. And it's not over yet. I still have a lot of stuff to do. When school lets out, I still have to go home and I have to do some homework. So as you get home and sit down to work on an essay, you feel your energy ebb and your attention drift. Yes, it's been a very exhausting day, but you still need to do your homework. In this particular case, you're working on an essay. Here, an essay is a noun, and that's just something that you write. It's kind of like a report for your class. You need to write some essay. Maybe you need to do some research, or maybe you need to, present your opinions on something that you learned in school. It's just some kind of written homework assignment, maybe 3 or 4 pages long or something like that. Yeah, not really that long. It's just an essay. It's not really a report. A report would be longer and would involve a lot of research. But this is an essay, a little more informal, but you still need to write it. And because you've been working hard all day, you feel your energy ebb and your attention drift.
Yeah, if something ebbs, it means it kind of slowly declines. We often use ebb with flow, the ebb and flow of life, or the ebb and flow of the ocean's tides, So, yeah, it comes and goes. So, ebb just means to go. So, you're losing energy. It's decreasing, and you're kind of just tired. And your attention is going to start drifting. If your attention drifts, this happens to me sometimes when I'm listening to a speech and I start thinking about other things. If your attention drifts, you're not paying attention to what's in front of you. You're kind of in your own mind thinking about something else. This often happens in school. I'll just be honest. Don't reach for a highly caffeinated beverage or a sugary snack. No, no, no. What you need to do is just open YouTube and choose from one of the many lo-fi hip-hop music mixes available to you. When we're talking about highly caffeinated beverages, we're talking about coffee, or I would say Mountain Dew has a lot of caffeine. Tea doesn't have that much caffeine, but something that, gives you that buzz, so it keeps you wide awake so that you can get more done. Sometimes sugar will help, but only for a little while, and then you usually have a big sugar rush, we call it, and you have a lot of energy, but it's quickly gone. So you might want to avoid the donuts.
Yeah, or maybe you take a cold shower or something to sort of wake you up. But that's the point. Your attention is drifting, but you still need to write that essay. So yeah, we're advising you not to drink something like coffee or a sugary snack.
Especially late at night, huh?
Yeah, really, you might not be able to get to sleep later, and you'll be really tired the next day. Here's what you got to do. Just open YouTube and choose from one of the many lo-fi hip-hop music mixes available to you. That's easy enough. Lots of us have gone to YouTube looking for a specific video about something. You just enter some keywords in the search engine there, in the window there. Just write those words in there, lo-fi hip-hop music, and then press go or search, and then you'll have several options there. You can choose from those many music mixes. In this particular case, they are lo-fi hip-hop music mixes. Now, that is something I've never really experimented with before. I'm a big fan of hip-hop music, but if I'm trying to study or something, I try to listen to instrumental hip-hop music because if they have the raps there, I want to listen to the lyrics, because they're so expressive and they have so much to say. So I just want to turn those lyrics off and just listen to the music so that I can write my essay or do my homework or whatever.
Now, we're describing this lo-fi music as having a steady beat. So if something's steady, it doesn't change. It remains consistent. So it's got a steady beat and it helps listeners focus. And its soft melodies and mellow vibe keep them from getting distracted by catchy tunes or complicated lyrics. Yeah, if I'm studying, if I have a piece of music on that I really like, I really can't focus. I'm just listening to my music. So if something's mellow, it's really kind of laid back. There's no pressure. It's relaxing, mellow. I have one friend who's really mellow. I'm not mellow. I'm rarely mellow. and she's so mellow. I wish I was a little bit more mellow. So it's just anything. It's usually a person's personality or even the taste of something. It's very smooth, soft. There's not a lot of harshness to it. If you're listening to hard rock, it's loud and noisy, and you're definitely not going to be relaxing as you listen to it. Vibe means a feeling. And we use this, it's kind of a cool word, a mellow vibe. Ooh. So if some place, especially a restaurant or maybe a bar, if it has a mellow vibe, just quiet, there's not a lot of noise going around, or you can just kind of relax and just enjoy that.
Yeah, vibe just is short for vibrations. Somebody might give you bad vibes, for example.
Ooh.
If you're talking to somebody and they seem like they're mad at you, gee, why is Jeannie giving me these bad vibes?
Or, I'm getting a bad vibe from him. You can use it singular too.
You certainly can, but here we've got mellow vibes or a mellow vibe, which again is singular, and these things can keep you from getting distracted by catchy tunes. With those catchy melodies, you won't be able to focus on what you're doing. You'll just want to sing along to the song or complicated lyrics like hip-hop, like I said. And these laid-back qualities are an important part of the genre's appeal to its fans and creators. So it's very laid-back, it's mellow, it's relaxing. You can't really focus on it too much because it's just kind of part of the background there, but it's still relaxing. Similar to maybe listening to Tibetan temple bells or something like that. They're quite mellow. They're quite relaxing.
Mellow,
They're for meditation. So maybe something like that would help you with your studies. But today, of course, we're talking about lo-fi music, which is looping, it's laid back, it's mellow, and all those wonderful things. Okay, that brings us to the midway point in today's lesson. Let's listen now to our Chinese teacher.
Hello, my name is Shelby.Lo-fi music 是一种音乐曲风，是由较低阶的录音设备制作而成。Lo-fi 呢是低保真的意思。我们来看第一题的地方，前面的句子说 as 当你回家还要坐下来写 essay 你的短文的时候，你会感受到你的 energy ebb 是退潮或者是逐渐减少的意思。你精力渐渐消退，而你的注意力怎么样子？它用 and 连接呢，表示是类似性质的状况。我们来看选项 A surge 激增奔腾 B recite 背诵 C giggle 咯咯的笑 D drift 漂流。你会感受到你的注意力应该漂流涣散掉了，所以我们答案选 D。 这时候 Lo-fi music 就可以派上用场，在第二题的地方，从前面稳定的节奏帮助听的人专心，而它柔软的旋律和圆润的曲调 keep them from 就是使他们不会避免掉怎么样子， getting 变成怎么样子呢？ by 因为一些朗朗上口的旋律或者是复杂的歌词。我们来看选项 A 的地方 compelled 被强迫 B embraced 被拥抱 C distracted 使分心的 D pinched 被捏。既然这个音乐能够让人专心，当然就可以避免掉分心，所以我们答案选 C。 第三题 lay back 是慵懒的，这些慵懒的特质是一个重要的成分。 genre 是类型的意思，相当于 style， 音乐类型就是 music genre。 好，这类型的什么东西对他的粉丝和创作者而言？我们来看选项 A troop 军队B appeal 吸引力 C statue 雕像 D opposite 对立的物或者人。慵懒的特质呢是这一类型的吸引力，所以我们答案要选 B appeal。
We're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Okay, let's continue with our lesson for today. We're talking about lo-fi music. You can find these videos on YouTube or on SoundCloud, and they might be able to help you study if you've got to write an essay or if you've got to memorize some vocabulary or copy some sentences or whatever. So let's go on to the next paragraph here. It says, although the current wave of lo-fi music is centered on streaming platforms like YouTube and SoundCloud, it didn't come out of nowhere. Okay, so it's true that the current wave or the trend of lo-fi music is concentrated or centered on YouTube and SoundCloud. These are streaming platforms where you can get videos and content to stream to your computer, to come off the internet directly to your computer. So it is true that those are now popular on YouTube and SoundCloud, but that's not really where they came from. It didn't come out of nowhere. It didn't just start to exist. It had to begin somewhere.
I was looking this up on Wikipedia, and I was surprised to find that lo-fi and hi-fi were actually invented or created at the same time. But hi-fi was so much more popular for so long. Fi is, of course, short for fidelity or fidelity, which means sound quality. So it's low sound quality and high sound quality. I prefer high sound quality, guys, but, everyone is different. So this might be your kind of music. This might really appeal to you. So the current wave of lo-fi music is centered on these streaming platforms like Tom was talking about. I've used SoundCloud a little bit, but I'm usually on YouTube. Lo-fi began in the 1950s. That was a long, long time ago. As a reaction to the crisp, full, high-fidelity sound of professionally recorded music. Yeah, I like my music to sound like professionals are doing it. With lo-fi music, background noise from the musicians shifting their bodies or moving around, that's actually acceptable. It says that this sound seeps in. To seep in means it comes in slowly. Usually if you have a hole in the wall and your neighbor is doing laundry in their sink, that water's going to seep down the wall and into your apartment. Seeps in, to go slowly. It's usually a verb we use with water particularly.
Yeah, I noticed that if you ride your motorcycle in the rain too long, even if you're wearing a rain suit, the water still manages to seep in somehow. It gets in through the creases, the seams or whatever.
Somewhere.
And so you get wet eventually. So it's kind of a windless battle. But again, you got all this weird stuff going on, the musicians shifting in their seats and they're moving their instruments. You could probably hear the valves of the trumpets going up and down, or the vibration of the snares and the snare drum because the bass is too low and stuff like that. You hear all those weird noises. And there also is the constant hiss of room tone. That's kind of an ambient sound, a sound that's always there in the environment. And they just let that sound come on in. And that's the hiss of room tone. It could also be the hiss of the old analog tape recordings. As you know, the old tape recordings had hiss with them. You don't have that hiss in digital recording anymore, but that might be part of it. Also, the pitch is shaky. Pitch is like the tone, whether it's flat or sharp, etc. And it's kind of shaky. Sometimes they're sharp, sometimes they're flat.
We say they're out of tune, right? If their pitch is shaky.
Yeah, or it's not a constant note or whatever. And also, it could be distorted, which means sometimes it's too loud, maybe it's too soft. It starts to vibrate the speakers a little bit. Like heavy metal music is based on distortion, basically, where the pickups on the guitar are tuned up really loud, so the signal goes into the amplifier already distorted, and you get the characteristic sound of heavy metal.
Not my favorite either. Yeah, it's interesting. When I was reading the description of lo-fi, I kept thinking about just being in like a bar where they have live musicians performing. It kind of sounds like a live performance to me.
Okay.
Because if you go to a live concert, you can't expect perfection. But when I buy a recorded piece of music, I want it to be almost perfect, if not perfect. So, yeah, it's more like live music, but very mellow music. Like we said, it's laid-back music. So background noise, yeah, that comes in, and the pitch is shaky. These are some of the characteristics. This is kind of how you can describe lo-fi music. And it comes from using cheap, low-quality recording equipment. You don't have to, spend a lot of money. Just buy a cheap microphone and go for it. So many people today, especially on YouTube, are trying to make some money on YouTube. That's kind of an easy, low bar area to get into. If something's low bar in business, it means you don't have to invest very much to start.
But who knows? You might make a fortune that way.
Good, yeah.
But yeah, they use this cheap, low-quality recording equipment, maybe like an old mono tape recorder or something like that.
Yeah.
But instead of a multi-track digital 1-inch tape machine, or now everything's in the computer, not tape anymore. But in any case here, let's move on now to the next paragraph. It says, but what some consider flaws, other consider charming imperfections.
Yeah.
An imperfection is when something is wrong or bad. It's got a flaw in it. Sometimes, of course, they sell clothes on sale because they have imperfections. Maybe the collar is a little crooked or one seam is kind of coming undone, so they can't really sell it in a regular store, but they can sell it at this special sale for a much cheaper price. And, most people aren't going to notice the collar being crooked or the seam coming undone, so those are clothes that have imperfections, something that's a little wrong.
Yeah, and some of that is acceptable, I'm sure. So the videos for a lot of these lo-fi songs or streams are as gentle as the music. So don't expect some amazing videographer to put together a very entertaining video. They probably just set the camera in one spot, and then just have that music playing. They typically show people studying or relaxing in a cozy setting. Cozy just means really comfortable. A lot of people like to go home and put on their comfy clothes. Comfy is short for comfortable. And if you have a fire, it kind of feels cozy, very homey, very home-like. You can relax. Well, many of these videos use still images. Oh, that's even easier. Just take one picture and then have the music as the background. Many others have subtly looping animations in them, such as glowing lanterns, falling rain, or flipping pages. I haven't seen the flipping pages ones. So glowing lanterns, it's kind of nice. Falling rain, it sounds like a sleep music video. Sometimes I turn those on. I have a hard time sleeping, so I'll turn them on YouTube, and they just never stop. They're either on a loop or they go on for 4 hours, but it's just rain and soft music. Flipping means to turn something to go from one page to another, but you can also flip your hair, which just means to take it and kind of toss it over your shoulder. You can flip somebody off, which is rude, with your finger, your middle finger. But here it's just turning pages, which doesn't sound like a very entertaining video.
Yeah, and these are the visuals, of course, and they are subtly looping, which means you can't really tell where the clip begins and where it ends.
That's good.
So that's a loop that keeps repeating. It looks like the book is constantly flipping those pages, or the rain is constantly falling. Even though the loop is only maybe 2 or 3 seconds long, they're just looping it over and over. Well, the rhythmic music and repetitive visuals provide comfortable white noise. So if something's rhythmic, it has a rhythm to it, a fixed beat, da, 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 da. That's a rhythm. So it's rhythmic, that's the adjective here. And the visuals, of course, are repetitive. They just go over and over again. And the next time you need to relax or study, give lo-fi music a shot. Try it. Give it a try. Give it a shot. There are so many choices that you're sure to find something you like. So I bet half of you have got your smartphones out right now on YouTube searching for the keywords lo-fi hip-hop music mix.
Yeah, try it out. I'm going to take another look at it. Maybe, it'll grow on me, which means, I didn't like something at first, but then I liked it more and more as I listened. Right now, we're going to listen one more time to our Chinese teacher.
好，我们接着到第4题。在第4题这一段呢，他要谈论这个 lo-fi music 的起源。我们看第1句的地方，虽然这目前的浪潮 is centered on center 当动词的时候是将什么放在中间 is centered on 就是集中于一些在串流平台，例如像 YouTube 上面，它可并非 come out of a blank。其实我们这题是要考一个常用的片语 out of nowhere 或者是 from of nowhere， 它是表示突然或意料之外的。既然是习惯用语，所以我们直接答案选 D nowhere。 好，第5题，那 lo-fi music 有哪些特质呢？我们看第5题前面的句子说，随着这些音乐背景噪音从这些演奏者的移动他们的身体和移动他们的乐器怎么样子样。第5题这空格是当这一句的主要动词，那它的主词是 背景噪音，它是不可数的，所以动词呢要用单数的动词加上 s， 答案直接选 B seeps。 seep 是渗透， seep in 是流入的意思。下一段在讲 Lo-Fi Music 目前在网络平台的情形，我们看第6题，空格怎么样子？许多的这些影片呢都使用 still images， still 是静止的形容词，那其他许多的呢用 subtly looping animations， subtly 是不易察觉到的， looping loop 当作动词缠绕， looping 就是指循环的，那 looping animations 循环动画，在他们这些影片里面，例如像是发光的灯笼啦，下着雨啦，或者是 flipping pages， flip 快速的翻动， flipping pages 就是指翻动的纸张。在这题里面，上一句提到有静止的画像，下半句则说其他影片有循环播放的动画。动与静文意刚好相反，所以呢，我们选连接词 while 表示虽然的意思，答案选 A。 第7题 The rhythmic 是有规律性的，这些有规律性的音乐和怎么样子的视觉效果？在前面提到 looping animation 循环动画，表示视觉效果应该是重复的。我们看选项 A singular 单数的， B substantial 可观的， C repetitive 重复的， D reluctant 勉强的。要表示 looping animations 循环动画，视觉效果当然要重复的才可以咯，所以我们答案选 C repetitive。 以上是今天的讲解，谢谢收听。
That's all for today, everybody. We hope you listen to some mellow lo-fi music after our program, and please remember to join us again next time. From all of us here at English Digest, I'm Tom.
I'm Stephanie.
Goodbye.
Bye.